Hi there. So my name's Courtney, and I'm going to be doing my motivational interviewing video with my friend Jen. My friend Jen is going to be presenting as somebody who has an alcohol addiction and is in a pre-contemplation phase. Okay, so we're going to get started. Hi.
Hi.
So my name's Courtney. I'm going to be the person that's going to talk to you today. So what kind of brings you in?
I'm coming in. I got recommended by my family to come talk to someone um, about drinking, my levels of drinking, and yeah, thought it'd be good to talk to someone.
Okay. So it sounds like your family has kind of noticed maybe some things that are going on with your drinking and is kind of encouraging you to come in to talk to somebody about it.
Yeah, there was an event on Christmas where, everyone was drinking. We had wine, we had beer and champagne around, and I was drinking like everyone else, but I guess they think I had too much, and maybe I did. And I got in an argument with my sister. It became this whole big blowout. And then they were saying I should talk to someone. I've waited a while because, I kind of thought I had things under control, but I don't know. I think maybe I can kind of see myself slipping a little bit at work, not being as productive as I could be, and just thought, yeah, come talk to someone.
Wow, okay. So it sounds like you've kind of gone through a lot and you've actually really thought about this quite a bit. It sounds like, since that event, it's been something that's been on your mind a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know how much I have a problem because I'm young. All my friends drink, I
Mm-hmm.
drink, but I don't know how much of a problem it is. Like everyone else, I wake up, I have maybe a cool energy drink with something in it, have a couple beers at lunch, bottle
Okay.
of wine at dinner,
Okay.
but I guess to some people that's too much.
Okay. Okay. So it sounds like there's sort of a daily occurrence of alcohol that you've been consuming, and it sounds like you've there's a lot of stressors as well that might be contributing to this alcohol, especially like at lunch and then at night. Kind of sounds like a little bit of an unwinding sort of way to unwind at the end of the day.
Yeah, I definitely, look forward to those drinks.
Yeah. Yeah, it sounds like you got a lot of stuff going on in your life right now.
Yeah, like everyone else, busy work schedule, busy personal life, and yeah, those
Yeah.
drinks definitely unwind, but it's also fun. Like, I go out on the weekends. We go and have cocktails and go dancing, and,
Mm.
Sometimes the next day I wake up with a hangover, and that's not very fun, but, you know, it is what it
Okay.
is.
Okay. Yeah, so it sounds like you're able to kind of recognize and see that sort of pattern, if you will, of when things notice, like looking back when things kind of are getting out of hand and
Yeah.
the stress that's kind of contributed to the alcohol.
Yeah, like I've definitely noticed with work, I'm not being as productive as I can be. Like I come in, I'm a little foggy from probably drinking, but
Mm-hmm.
whatever.
Yeah, yeah. So have you noticed this sort of behavior increasing more recently, or has this been something that you've more or less always done, if you will?
Well, I definitely drink more now that I'm older. Tons of things I gotta deal with and bullshit in life, but I've probably been drinking since I was a teenager. Started out at like 16, going to parties, stealing that alcohol from your parents' liquor cabinet or whatever and having fun. But I think now it's less fun and more of a need, and that's something that troubles me a little bit.
Okay. So it sounds like you've noticed that as a kid, this was more of a fun thing, if you will, that you did with your friends and going and doing those, sounds like normal teenage stuff as far as going out with friends and stealing alcohol from your parents. But now it's more of a need.
Yeah, but the thing that worries me too is, knowing that limit as a kid, I never learned it. We wouldn't just like, who even now, like, drinks to just, like, have a drink or two? You know, the purpose for me is, like, I'm gonna drink, not because it tastes super good, which it does, but because I'm gonna get drunk, and that feeling is relaxing and awesome.
Hmm. So it sounds like on one hand you've noticed the increase in alcohol and the need for it,
Yeah.
which worries you, but also that need is very powerful in that it's kind of taken over and said, "No, you need this to kind of unwind at the end of the day."
Wow, you're right. Yeah.
If you if I can, I would really like to share with you some information about alcohol use and consumption that kind of I hear a lot of like similarities
Mm.
to things that you're describing, and some research, if you will, about this drinking alcohol to deal with stress.
Okay.
If you would like, I can share that with you.
Yeah, sure.
So it sounds like, I mean, you're really stressed, right? That's kind of what we've established, is that in that to deal with that stress, you've been using alcohol, and as a form of a coping skill. Do you know what coping skills are? Have you ever talked about coping skills before?
Yeah, I don't know.
So coping skills are kind of like that idea of like self care, if you will, or things that you
Oh, all
do.
that stuff people talk about.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know, right? Yeah. So it kind of sounds like really uh, out there, but it's actually something that we all do every day. So if you think about it, even things like watching TV and stuff like that can be
Hmm.
considered a coping skill to kind of deal with that stress, that time to kind of that we take for ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
So it sounds like one of the things that you utilize is alcohol,
Mm-hmm.
and that your alcohol consumption though is starting to get in the way of other daily life tasks like working and getting affecting your relationships with friends and family and that sort of stuff. Does that sound about right?
Yeah, I mean, it does. I don't, not sure how much of a problem I have.
Okay.
I mean, like, I don't feel like I'm an alcoholic,
Okay.
but I don't know what I would do without drinking, and I know I definitely would want to.
Okay.
Yeah.
So maybe like and I don't know how you feel about it, talking to somebody maybe about the stress that has been going on in your life and
Mm-hmm.
ways that you deal with it and possibly can deal with it, besides alcohol, thinking of some other ways that things that
Yeah,
you could kind of
maybe.
do. Does that sound like something you'd be interested in?
I mean, I'm always open to ideas of, yeah,
Okay.
doing some bettering of myself.
Okay. Yeah. So maybe like we could
That
talk.
appease my mom.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so maybe if you are interested in it, not if your mom's interested in it, but if you are interested in it, maybe we can talk further about this and talk more about these stressors that are going on in your life, and how more of how like maybe possibly how alcohol has been affecting that. Does that sound like something you'd be interested in?
Yeah, I would be.
Yeah. Okay,
Hmm.
perfect. Well, yeah, we could definitely set up an appointment for sometime in the near future, maybe next week. Does that sound good
Yeah,
for
just gotta
you?
check my schedule. Sure.
Okay, cool. That sounds great. Yeah, we could definitely talk more about the stress and how alcohol has kind of been affecting that. How about
Hmm.
that?
That sounds good.
Okay, sounds
Cool.
great.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you for taking the time to come in today.
Yeah, no problem.